Yo, what up, y'all? What's going on, yo? This is another episode of Sparking Conversation, yo. It's your boy Rawan, and y'all already know what it is, man. I apologize for starting a few minutes late, man. You know, that's not my style, but you know how technology is. Every now and then, I like to show out and let you know who really running things. But you know what it is, y'all. We still gonna make it shake. But definitely, I appreciate all of y'all for going out there, pushing play on the playbacks of all the episodes so far. That's so dope, man. And I know today's show gonna be crazy because we talking music and business. And I got a few of my music friends with me, y'all. We're gonna get on here, we're gonna chop it up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about a couple of things, man. We're gonna talk about the ins and outs of the business. We're gonna talk about, you know, some of the things that we deal with as far as being an artist. And we also gonna do a couple of things, man. We're gonna figure out like exactly what people are doing nowadays to kind of market and promote their music, you know what I'm saying? And also we're gonna talk a little bit about what it's like to be an indie artist, you know what I'm saying, and really be out here focused on what you're doing and understanding that people they take you for granted, yo. So we're gonna talk about that. But before we do, I got to get into the sponsors. Y'all already know what it is. So the sponsors, y'all know is Collective Way. I got my Purposely Find Your Purpose joint on. Y'all know what it is, but y'all can find it on the link tree. Y'all know what to do. Just go to the link tree and you can find all the merch. Find a little bit of everything too. You can find out where the music is streaming. You can find out, you know, all the new content that we producing because I have a lot of content that's dropping and new content coming in the beginning of the year. Because y'all know what we do. We don't just do one trick. We ain't no one trick pony around here, yo. We do it all. All right. So tonight's show is being streamed on Twitch as well as YouTube. So for all of y'all that are watching live, I double salute y'all. We appreciate y'all taking your time. But I know y'all gonna come back and y'all gonna watch the replay. But either way it go, what I want to do, because I got a few of my guests with me, we're gonna get into that, yo. And I'm gonna I'm gonna bring them all on and I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. Yo, I'm telling y'all, today gonna be dope, yo. We're talking music and business. So we're gonna start. I got my man Shania in the building, the ambassador of R&B. What up, Shania?
What up, Roy? How you, bro?
Ain't nothing. I appreciate you for jumping on tonight, yo. Word up.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Right.
Yes.
Word. We got my man Sean Starks in the building. What up, Sean?
Peace, brother. What's up, Roy?
Yo, I appreciate you jumping on, man. So thankful to have you on the show. Word up.
Thanks for having me, my brother. Thanks for having me.
Always, man. Hey, yo, Natara, what's going on? What you doing, yo? What's this? Avatar? Like, we can't see you in person? Like, what we doing, yo? You on the run?
No, wait.
You on probation?
No, bro. I'm texting your support to find out why my camera is not linking.
Oh, all right. So we little technical difficulties. It's still gonna be cool. We're gonna chop it up anyway. And then look, we got Aaron in the building. What up, y'all?
Hi, good evening. Good evening.
What's good, y'all? So I'm so thankful for all of y'all, man. Word up for all of y'all joining me tonight. And you know, before we get into it, I just want y'all to go around real quick and just introduce yourselves, man. We can start with you, Shania. Go ahead.
What's going on, American Investor World? It's your boy, Mr. Shania, the ambassador of R&B, singer, songwriter, entertainer, host, anything possible in the entertainment business. That's what I do.
All right. Go ahead, Sean. What we doing?
Okay, it's the infamous Sean Starks, Law Music Group, United Music Mafia, also Starman Films Global Channel, and Starman Films Management Group. You know, everybody knows what I do.
All right, back. So what up, Ed? Go ahead, let them know what's going on.
Well, I'm Aaron Blue. I'm a singer-songwriter, entertainer. I like to say that I'm a vibe creator, and that's about it.
Nice. All right, a vibe creator. I like that. All right, Natara, what's good, y'all?
Hey, I'm Natara. I'm also CEO of In Love Enterprises and Entertainment, and I do music, media, and more. And I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and music director.
All right, no doubt, yo, no doubt. I like that. So the reason why I got y'all on because, you know, like I said, today's topic is going to be about music and business, right? So before we get started, I like to say this, man. A lot of times, you know, those of us that do music, right, we get looked at a certain type of way. Number one, people always looking at what we're doing. Is this something that we're supposed to be doing for free, right? But even though they think that we're supposed to be doing it for free, when we do ask them for small things like major support, that sounds like it's like a big thing, but it's really not. Support, like going to play your records, on Spotify or Apple Music where it account, instead of asking you to send it to them, right? So the number one thing I want to get with all of y'all, because I know Sean, like I said, you know, most of us are artists and things, but Sean, I know you have a label and stuff like that. You have other artists that you deal with. So this is why this conversation is going to be really good to get everybody's perspective. And
Yes,
one of
sir.
y'all, I don't know which one it is, one of y'all, but if a fire break out, y'all not going to know.
Yeah, I just heard that.
one of y'all going to get burnt out. So I want to make sure that whoever it is, make sure y'all change that battery, yo. Where that?
For once, it's not me. For once, it's not me.
Right. Somebody chirping like, man, listen, I'm just making sure, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't wake up, just smoke everywhere. I know why.
Listen, don't bring that on nobody.
Word up. But look, let's get into it though a little bit, y'all, because you know it's cool though to really be in the position that you're in to kind of be like a creator, right? So I'm gonna start with you, Shania. So let me ask you, y'all, when it comes to being an artist, especially in your genre, because you know you do this like soul type of, you know, Southern soul type of music with like a new, I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but you're a performer. That I know first off. You know what I'm saying? You're a really dope performer. But let me know, like, tell me, what is it like being an artist in the Carolina area, yo, for you?
For me, it's kind of hit or miss because you're doing it for the love of the music, but at the same time, you also want to be accepted by your peers and get that fan base. To me, the best way to really engage in Carolinas is to be out there. You know, people got to see your face. You know, a lot of folks just want to do things behind the scene, which is cool. But for me, it's actually being out there because Carolina is more like I don't believe until I hear it, until I see it. So it's more like you got to be out there and constantly show your face, constantly support. But at the same time, sometimes you expect that to come back to you, you know.
Right.
And click. I guess it's called clicks. That's the terminology people use.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're saying like people in the area, they kind of click up and then they kind of just maneuver in that little circle, right?
Right. But like I was back in the day with us, we were kind of like that, but we also moved around on our own. But then when we have an event, we all come together collectively. You know, hey, collectively. Right. Interesting. Right. So, but that's what I've experienced over the last 19 years.
I bet. So I want all of y'all to answer that question, to be honest with you, because everybody's in a different region. I know Sean and Shania, y'all down here in Raleigh, but I know Aaron, you in Greensboro, right?
Yeah.
And then Natara, you in Charlotte.
That's correct.
So when it comes down to like the whole connection, like pretty much if you think about North Carolina, it's going to be one of these 3 markets that pull up: Charlotte, Greensboro, or Raleigh. Durham too, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to it. But, you know, that's more kind of connected with Raleigh, you know what I mean? But for the most part, these 3 come up. What is that? Is it me? Is somebody humming?
That might be me. That might be me.
Oh, okay. Sound like somebody chanting in Arabic, yo. Yo, I ain't know if I was supposed to go like this or what. Like, my mind automatically started switching, yo. What are we doing here? Yo, all right. But yo, because I want all of y'all to kind of answer that, because at the end of the day, I'm feeling something different. I got like a different, you know, perspective, but you know what I'm saying? Aaron, go ahead, yo. I think Sean trying to get his joint together, but what you think? How is it like for you being an artist in Carolina?
Me?
Yeah.
He kind of low-key hit it on the head for me, though. Like, as long as you're outside and you're doing what you're supposed to do, then you're gonna get bookings. If you're not outside, nobody's gonna know you. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't know you, they're gonna stick to who they know. I guess that's where the cliquish comes in. because it's just like we're gonna just keep booking the same people. I'm gonna get this person a host. I'm gonna get this person to do this over here. And it ends up being kind of repetitive when you go into some of the events out here. So I'm looking forward to honestly bringing something fresh to the scene, bringing something different.
Right.
Because I feel like it's needed. So
that's a fact. We're gonna get into that too on all of y'all because performance wise, all of y'all are crazy. I don't went out there, but I got records with 3 of y'all. Well, 2 of y'all. So you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it's really it's dope. We're gonna get into it though. But go ahead, Natara, let me know what's going on for you. How you feel about being an artist here in North Carolina?
I agree with what both of them say. It is a challenge. I have to. Well, I'm just gonna keep it a book. Like if that's what y'all say, keep it a book. I have to go outside of the Carolinas.
Facts.
The shows that I do here, and the type of production that I bring, people want to, and I hate to say it, but unfortunately, our people want to nickel and dime you. But other persuasions or other people,
yeah. No, we know what you're saying.
Say what it is.
Say it. Yeah,
we'll pay you. We'll pay you what we'll pay you your worth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Your price is your price. And so a lot of times, with festivals or doing other events, I have to go outside of North Carolina. There has been a few that I do, annually at times, and those are a blessing. But as far as, I have to go outside mostly.
Exactly. We're going to get into that too, because that was basically my perspective in a minute. But go ahead. So Sean, let me ask you this, yo. You got everything together? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I bet. So same question for you, man. What is it like, running a label in Carolina?
Running a label in Carolina is basically day in and day out hard work. Putting your artists on the same page. Because the hardest thing about dealing with an artist is convincing them that you're going to take care of their intellectual property. And that being said, you have to form a sort of a bond with them. You have to form a relationship with your artist as well as your fan base. So the everyday struggle is to basically construct that. That's where the struggle kicks in, when you're trying to construct that relationship between the artist and the fan base.
Okay. I bet. So, all right. So for me, I'm going to say like what I think about being an artist in Carolina is just that, like not focusing on being an artist in Carolina, if that makes sense. Like not even putting the focus on where you are, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? My perspective is not that, like not really focusing on where you are, but creating music that could transcend wherever area you're in.
Thanks.
You get what I'm saying? So my perspective is a little different, because being in North Carolina, what I realized is that like all of y'all said something that was really important, which I think is, it's like you got to be outside for people to book you. Then the thing about knowing your worth too. But the one thing that I don't think a lot of artists do is, for some reason, they forget that the business part and the artist part has to go together, simultaneously. It can't be separate when you're an indie artist, right? So throwing your own shows is like the most lucrative way for us to really make the money that we need to make as far as being an artist versus waiting on somebody to book us. Because they never going to book you and pay you for what you work.
Right.
Like I think, Natara, you were saying that you got to go outside of your race, so to speak. You know what I mean? In order for you to get booked and get paid what you work, right? But even then, it's based on a business. Like they're gonna pay you, but like it's based on a percentage of what they're gonna have coming in the door, whether it's the bar, whether it's the people.
Right.
The point is they see it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing the people who don't see it is the actual artists themselves. You know what I mean? I feel like we don't see our own value because we still wait for people to give us an opportunity, but before we go create one. The one thing about the in the Carolina space is that there's no sound in Carolina. So you could pretty much create whatever it is that you're trying to create if you're here, right?
Right.
All right, bet. So let me ask y'all this though, because for the most part, you know, when we wanted to talk about music and business, we also wanted to talk about, you know, tonight. I wanted to ask you guys a few different questions because we want to get into it because I think a lot of people will benefit from today's conversation, right? Or tonight's conversation based on us actually being artists and actually running our own business as well.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Because Aaron and Natara and I could throw myself in there. From what I've seen y'all, you know, performing with a live band.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it take them extra pieces, not only for the performance, but they got to bring their equipment. And 9 times out of 10, you got to rehearse too.
Right.
You know, very seldom, unless you singing cover songs, you know what I mean? But if you rehearsing your own records, I mean, or performing your own songs, you gotta rehearse.
Yeah,
facts.
You get what I'm saying? So how important do y'all think it is for artists? It's just me a question for y'all. How important do you think it is for artists to have an LLC? Anybody can jump in. Anybody can jump in.
I'll step in. If you're serious about being an artist and you're serious about pursuing your career, you can't go forward without having an LLC, because the thing is, you as an artist, you are the business. So in order to receive a check, you have to be branded as that business. So you have to have an LLC, a sole proprietor, or some form, you know, of registry. You got to.
Facts. All right. Anybody else want to jump in on that? Like, how important do you think it is to have an LLC? Because for me personally, I think it's the number one thing all artists should have is an LLC when it comes to marketing and promoting your business. Because as an artist, we pay for everything first.
Exactly.
Unless we making the beats, we paying for the beats. Unless we got the studio, we paying for the studio time.
Yeah.
Unless we got the studio, we paying for the mix. Unless we got the studio, we paying for the master. Right?
Right.
Okay. And then boom, when you gotta perform. I know for you ladies it's crazy because your outfits and
talk about
makeup. I mean, like I can't imagine how y'all, you know what I'm saying? What y'all gotta go into just getting ready for a performance. Right?
Yeah.
And the fact that a lot of artists forget that you can get paid off your publishing for performing your records live, right? And you also could get all that money back if you run everything through your LLC, right? Correct. But let me ask y'all this: preparing for a show, because I mean personally, I think every artist should have an LLC. Now, do anybody disagree with that? Because I mean, it could be, you know, you could, you know.
Oh no, I mean that's very crucial, and also one important piece of having an LLC is conversation right here is a tax write-off. You see what I'm saying? So it does have its benefits financially, even when dealing with the IRS with having an LLC. So you know that's very crucial, very crucial.
Wow. Any of the ladies, y'all want to jump in? Go ahead, it's all right.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like my whole band staff, everybody. I mean, I 1099.
1099.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the year, they get W-2s.
Right.
I mean, and I do payroll. I've been paying someone to do my bookings. You know, help me with my bookkeeping. So I mean, it's very important, especially when you have dancers and a full band, and I mean makeup and all that.
Right.
It's very important. You have to run it it's a business. It is your brand.
That's a fact. And that's why I feel like, you know, for a lot of artists, which is good for us to have this conversation, because for most artists, I think a lot of people feel like, you know, once they do the record, that's where it stops at. You know, once you do the song, that's it. You know,
that's the easy part.
You know what I mean? Most people think that as soon as you put the song out, it's gonna go. Like I know all of us, or most artists feel like they got a record that's a joint. Like most people feel like they catch a joint, like they like, yo, this joint gonna go, and you put it out, and you're like, oh wow. So do they not like it, or do they, what's going on? Like, you be saying to yourself, like, this joint gonna go, but then you put it out and it's like, wait a minute, because it's a whole lot of marketing that take place, right?
Exactly.
So I want to ask y'all this, man, because the LLC is important. I think it's very important. But what I also think that's important is your online presence.
Mm-hmm.
You right? Just
Correct.
as important as everything else is your online presence is like making sure people understand your personality. So, Aaron, I want to ask you this, yo. So, like, based on what you post and when the things that you post about outside of music, what do you like? How do you conceptualize that? Like, what makes you? Because I understand that most people, as far as us as being artists, there's only a certain amount of parts of our life that we want to give to the public, right? Especially if you write music that can be a reflection of life,
right?
You get what I'm saying? You can't get everybody everything. Not on social media at all.
Just what they want, like, just what you want them to see or what you want them to know about you. However, it's like, I feel like it's a fine line that you can run, you know what I'm saying? But like, part of you can give that transparency without giving all of you.
Gotcha.
So that's the kind of person I am on social media. It's like I play up imperfections and everybody, being themselves and things of that nature. So I try to, push that envelope. I'm sorry, somebody knocking on the door.
Okay. But yo, so with that being said, I think which is very important is about, sometimes showing your personality outside of like being an artist, because for the most part, I don't know how we can consume music, like, or how people consume music nowadays based off things that they feel like is popular. Because I think Shania, you said this earlier, people don't really like you until they feel like everybody else like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
usually
nobody want to be first to the dance.
Right. And that's actually typical pretty much anywhere. What's the saying? Sometimes people are not cool with the unfamiliar until they become familiar with it. So that sometimes can be a challenge. But like I said at the beginning, when you're creating your song or whatever you're doing, as long as you're good with it, because in the words of R. Kelly, don't take it personal. I'm gonna give you all of me. So I'm gonna put the song out there, and I'm gonna take social media to market it, and I'm gonna put that in with my personality. And at the end of the day, everybody's gonna eventually be sliding, rocking. But in the beginning, people looking at me like I was crazy. But once I presented it to them,
and you stay committed to showing them that portion of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just come out here and sing these songs. I'm going to perform them for you.
Right.
Like, even if you come into a show for free, I'm going to give you a show. Right? Okay. All right. So how serious, like, and this is just for me, y'all, like, most of us, we do this thing, like, as an artist, we understand that we have friends and family. Friends and family. A lot of times we expect our friends and family to be like the front line of support when it comes to anything we're doing. Right. We drop a record, we drop content. We expect our friends and family to like kind of be, if they consider themselves that, right? To be people who actually will share the joint or push play or be like, yo, check out my homie, blah, blah, blah. Not wait for the show. Now, what I noticed is that a lot of times when it comes to that, people only like to insert themselves when it's a spotlight being given. Like, for example, if they had a show, because they at the show, they want everybody to know they was at the show or they was whatever. So now they in the videos and they in the pictures. But when it's just you dropping the joint, bang, 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 and they ain't in it, why they not shit? Like, yo, why you ain't got the same energy, yo?
Right.
Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
That's clout chasing.
Exactly. So let me ask y'all this, yo. How important is it, do y'all feel? Like, I mean, you could be as honest as you want, because this is something that I think a lot of artists need to know about, because you ain't going to get that support like you think you're going to get when you drop these stuff that you're doing as an artist, period. No matter what you're doing, whether it's your clothing line, whether you drop films, whatever it is artistically, if you expecting like, yo, I got 1,000 people that rock with me, If you think them 1,000 people gonna support you, you sadly mistaken. But any of y'all could kind of jump in on this. Do y'all feel like how important is it to be ready to go alone if you have to on your journey?
I'll start.
Amen on that one.
That's pivotal because, like I said in the beginning, not everybody's gonna like what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So if you decide to, okay, I'm gonna let it go because nobody like me, then you're doing it for them. You got to do it for yourself. And in sales, you're not gonna get a whole bunch of yeses, but you're not gonna get a whole bunch of no's either. You know, as long as you put out the best product that you possibly can. That's like McDonald's. I'm pretty sure when they came up with the Big Mac in the beginning, not everybody liked it, but you see right now you can get 2 for $2.
Somebody did.
Right, every other week. You see what I'm saying? So it's more about continue to push your brand and push your product. Because like I said, you're going to get yeses and you'll get some no's. But it just takes one yes to really get you to where you need to be.
Right, you know? And make up for all the no's, yo. One yes, right?
And that's when they come on saying, man, I knew you was going to make it. Man, I knew you was going to make it. And you get them conversations once you make it. But when in the beginning, you was looking at me like I was like, haha, whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Right, but I don't blame people for doing that. Like once a person like I bet. So if somebody just hanging on the sidelines, like, okay, I think they might make it. Let me hang around just enough to see if they do. And then or not. But then when you do, they want to be like, yo, this my, you get what I'm saying? Like, yo, stop playing. Yo, you was over there. Yo, stay over there. Like, I love you. Stay over there.
Yo, that's my man. That's my man.
Right? Like, I love you, but stay over there. You know, like, yo, it's all love. It's all love. I appreciate you, but stay over there. Because a lot of these people going to pull up all these old pictures of y'all, right? And be dropping them all once your joint pop, but they would not be a part of the, when you down here just getting the record to go. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so look,
go
ahead.
I'm sorry to interject, but that's why I think it's important to find like your people, like your tribe. A lot of people like myself are after a cult followings because it's like once you get that a cult following, it doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna fuck with it. Somebody gonna rock with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as you be yourself, it's always gonna be somebody that can relate to you. As long as you're personable, you're down to earth. You know what I mean? You just be real with everybody, be real with yourself, and then you can move forward.
You're almost done. Click open file in the top right to continue.
Okay. All right. Tara, what are you doing, yo? Is that your is that your camera trying to show up, yo?
Yeah, let's try. Eddie's helping me.
I'm not touching nothing on my computer because I don't want nothing to go off. So.
Yo, I'm not touching nothing else. They didn't kick me out twice.
It's all love, yo. Like I said, yo, this is us. We gonna make it shake. It don't matter because you know how it go. Like certain conversations. You know how it is spiritually, yo. Y'all know we all got an enemy. Y'all know that. So y'all know whenever time we get together and it's more than one and we about to drop that knowledge, you know it's going to be some little hiccups in between. But the fact is, y'all still came through and we made it shake. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, real quick. I want let me add my answer to the last question.
All right, bet.
And my answer is one word. I'm going to sum all of it up in one word.
What?
You know, when you're looking for the support and it's not there, when you're on Facebook and you got 70 likes and you go to the show and it's 7 people, when you spend all the money you have thinking that it's going to be a success and it ends up not being a success, the one word that you have to apply to it, and this is just my opinion, but I believe it's the truth, is consistency.
Oh, there we go.
Consistency. If you do it daily, every day, they're going to start to believe you. You're going to believe you.
That's a fact.
You just got to do it every day. You got to try. You got to get up and try every day. But consistency, that breaks the mold. That brings the audience. That brings your support. Usually your support is going to come from out of state. And then, the state will come after.
Word. And that's why I don't accept no excuse. You know when people be talking about, like they always got an excuse for why they not doing something. Like if you have a product and it's yours, if you get up and go to work every day for somebody else, like I understand, like most people don't have a why. But then most people do got a why. Why you do what you do? Why do you go to work every day? Why do you pay bills? Why do you do this? Do you got little ones? Do you got family? Like, what do you have at that's motivating you to get up each and every day to go to somebody else's spot and make them rich? Because understand, that's what you're doing. Now, if you telling me that you don't got time in a day to focus on your stuff, like, I don't even understand that type of language. When people say, yo, I don't be on social media like that, what that got to do with your product, though, yo? Like, listen, there's all kind of apps that you can schedule your joints. If you don't want to be on social media, fine. Then look, Smart Post, Buffer. I know it's a few other out there where you can schedule your tweets. Yo, I don't know how long people take the shit, but if you at least doing number 2, you got time to schedule at least 5 or 6 posts for yourself, right? You ain't got to be on there, but they could be on there for you. It's really no excuse when they got a brand, right, for you to market and promote yourself. So that's going to get us in the next segue, because when you say consistency, that's what made me think of that. People always got a reason why they're not marketing and promoting their stuff. So let me ask y'all, how important is it for you to market and promote your product, yo? How important is that?
Oh, very. That's a no-brainer.
Well, if you don't promote and market your stuff, then what's the purpose of you even doing it? Because
most people don't feel like they have to, Shania. Think about this, There's a lot of stories where people say they just put a song out and they blew up overnight.
But you know what? Check this out, though. That is promoting, because what did you do? You put the song out,
I mean, true.
We put our product out, like Sean said, every day. We consistent. If you look at my page, consistent. Okay, that's promoting. I can do a Christmas song today and put it out tomorrow, one time. I promoted it one time, and people go to my page, they'll see that song one time, but they can go back to it. So if you're putting something out, you're promoting it. Now the question here is the consistency. What's that female rapper that only sold 2,000 copies of her product? She has like 13 million followers. Glamazon.
Saweetie.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's Saweetie.
In her situation, who knows how she could have put her stuff out? She got 2,000 bites off of it, but she could have only did it one time. We don't know. The point is, if you're gonna do something and you put it out, you're promoting. So the question here is, why not just continue to do that? Like you said, you have a lot of opportunities to put stuff on auto. I used to use Hootsuite. Remember Hootsuite?
Hootsuite, that's another one, yeah.
And you could time it. I should do it 3 times a day and go about your business. So it's crucial to do it. You may have that one person or 2 persons that can do it one time and become successful. Okay, I applaud you. But the bulk of it, you got to promote. You got to promote. Marketing is crucial.
I'm telling y'all, because your catalog, listen, to all the artists that's going to be watching this, I'm telling y'all, man, like, word is born. Like, if y'all actually concentrate on your catalog and concentrate on your music, not concentrate on all that other stuff, I promise you, yo, it'll be cool. Because a lot of people's music don't age very well. A lot of people only do music that are trendy, that's going on right now. But you got to find yourself in this too. So your music can age well, yo, because you never know. Like, you just never know. It'll be a song you put out 3 years ago, and then somebody catch that, and it's like, ooh, you like, y'all like that? Okay, bet. So, I mean, they're going to catch all the way up to where you at now. I promise. It just happens that way. And then it's all kind of films and television shows that's looking for music every day. So that's another thing, too, which we going to do. So for all y'all that's watching, and then y'all included, so what's what we going to do? I got this event coming up called the LLC Luncheon. And what that is, that's when everybody come together in all walks of life, whether it's real estate investment, regular crypto investing, music, entrepreneurship, and all. We're going to be in a room. Not a room, but we're going to get a house. That sounds so, like, weird, right? We're going to be in a room. No. we're going to get... Yeah, I know, but still, you know how people are, yo. But we're going to get together. I'm working on the venue and stuff like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to give each other marketing tips and strategies to each other to help each other grow each other's business. Like, we're going to give that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's one thing that's missing is what they call think tanks, where people could come together and actually come together with great ideas and then other markets of business, because you never know. As an artist, If you're an artist, you got a record. Let's just say there's a person in there who's doing plays.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You're a singer. Now we could connect y'all. You know what I mean? Now we got a mark. So it's so many different things. Merchandise. I know a lot of us got merchandise. If you don't, you know, as an indie artist, hopefully you'll get there and get to a place where you have some type of, I don't care if you got lighters, cigarette lighters. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Merchandise though, right? To brand yourself. But we're going to have this luncheon. So I'm gonna keep y'all invited because I want y'all to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to keep it going because there's going to be a lot of different entrepreneurs in the building. I already been talking to a lot of different types, which is going to be great because think about this.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Word. Because a lot of times to market and promote your music, some people, you need money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So what if you create something that doesn't have to necessarily be just about your music? That's where we get into the film part. So that's why I want to take this time, you know what I'm saying? We got some time though, y'all. So I want to take this time to get into this part right here. Because all of y'all, I listen to all of y'all music. Sean, I know you do films and all these other things. Plus, you know, I researched all of y'all. So I pretty much got a pretty good idea how y'all get down. But the one thing I do understand, the way that we could maneuver and get our music out there is through films.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Whether they short films, whether they skits. Some of y'all got records that we can turn into short films, skits. Why you got videos and all these other things that helping them market and promote just like one song.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like really stretch it and market yourself because everybody got personality. So let me ask y'all this real quick. What do y'all think it is? Like, do y'all think that it's important as an artist to kind of put yourself in different lanes outside of just being a great performer?
Well, when I grew up, my dad always told me you want to be a 2-letter, 3-letter man. Don't just be known to do one thing. And now in the entertainment world, I think that's a great thing. Like when you think about artists like, let's take Ice Cube. Okay, he started as hip hop artist. Now look at him. People really know him more for his movies. You see him so Queen Latifah, so on and so forth. So it's definitely a good look. You and I, we've been in a whole bunch of different projects, you know. So it's definitely a good look. I mean, because it makes you more, it puts you out there more. So if I need an actor, I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to use Mr. Shinet because he don't act. Yeah, I do. Here go my catalog of movies that I've been a part of. You see what I'm saying? So it gives you an opportunity more. That's why when I always introduce myself, I run down the things that I do, but I always end up by saying I'm an entertainer because I do all. You know, so that's definitely a beautiful thing. You tell somebody, oh, you got a nice song, and all of a sudden, but I saw you in the movie. Oh, you act too? You know, so I mean, it's a good feeling to hear that, but it's a great feeling to know that you can do multiple things in the game. So I love it.
Gotcha. So, Aaron, I know you have you done anything in acting wise?
No, just when I was younger, stage plays.
Right, from the stage plays. All right, because we got a couple things we're gonna work on. I got some ideas, so we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna make something shake, yo. Because you be bugging, yo. I think it's there. It just, you know what I'm saying. It just gotta, it's just an opportunity thing that just gotta be presented. But yeah,
all I'm gonna say is, Word,
because you know me, like yo. Anybody that know me, y'all know I'll figure it out. Don't play with me. I'll figure it out, yo. All right, and so Natara, that's another thing too. I know we've done a bunch of stuff. But we still haven't gotten you in anything that's like, you know what I'm saying? I need to get you in some of these things because your personality is dope too. And we got to get you in front of some of these projects that's dealing with the in front of the camera because I personally think that is super important though, y'all. I know it ain't probably a person's actual dream, man. You know, we think about Hollywood and all that other stuff. I get that, but nah, it's so many people that made a living off of doing, you know, film, like indie films. Like it's crazy. Right. The dude that played Biggie in every indie film that came out in the last 3 years, yo, just and he was a rapper.
Yeah, and you know what? I do want to shout out you, Va, and Starks because y'all have definitely created a platform. I can name so many different movie producers, but y'all two definitely created a platform for you know, so I want to definitely give y'all flowers before, you know, let y'all brothers know that y'all keep doing that damn thing on the movie aspect. You know,
Wow.
I'm still waiting for my
Thank you,
scene.
brother. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Killed
I
too.
appreciate it. I appreciate that, B, for real, y'all. I appreciate it because, you know, at the end of the day, you just never know, man, when you creating art, man, when you put that out, like what the reception going to be. You just got to be brave enough to put it out, though, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh,
You
I agree.
got to be brave enough to put it out.
Because I
Yeah, you have to. And the thing is, at some point you have to just hit go, because the thing is, you want to. A lot of people think they gotta have the perfect project, or you have to have everything perfect and down to the finite, scene or the finite note. Nah, just put it out and get it perfect on the next one, or the next one, or the next one. You know what I'm saying? So that's the consistency thing.
Oh yeah.
Don't be afraid to grow, right? Don't be afraid to
Right.
grow. So writing process, yo, because you know, like y'all records are like, and Aaron, I listen, like, and I know all of y'all pen all y'all own songs. I already know that, so I'm not getting ready to ask no retarded question like that for nobody. I don't care who watching. I'm not gonna ask them no dumbass question. Do they write their own music? You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying though, like Shania, I listened to a bunch of your stuff already, so I know, like, you know what I'm saying, how you could get into it. And Natara, I think she having a few camera issues or whatever, but she'll jump back on. But like Aaron and Natara, like, I hope y'all connect at some point, man, because like, yo, y'all are like amazing.
Well, that would be dope, because
You
I
know
love
what I'm
connecting
saying?
with other women artists.
Yeah, y'all are amazing. So like, what is it like? How do you prepare for these performances that you do, yo?
Prepare for what? Therapy? How do you prepare for therapy?
That's what it is. That's what it's called for you.
It is. A lot of times I'll be having some shit to leave on the stage. That's just what it be. I can't wait to get back to it. Like,
what is it that you do? What's the genre? What's the genre of music? I'm sorry?
I'm a soul singer. So
okay.
I sing
R&B. Okay.
Yeah, super too. Super. I'm talking about get down to the. I'm talking about all that, yo. Like,
I got different tones. I like
okay.
Yo, it's dope. Like, because I want all of us to do that, because, you know, it's another thing too. I feel like, you know, because Spotify allow you to make your own playlist. And I just think that, you know, a lot of dope artists, when they get together, man, and y'all know y'all got records, we should be doing stuff like that, creating a playlist where everybody is on, and everybody taking an hour out their day to at least stream those records. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll help out a lot. Because these joints are dope. I want all of y'all, like, at the end of the show, I'm going to make sure that y'all give out all of y'all stuff. I want everybody to go out there and check y'all stuff out, man, because it's dope. Natara, I'm glad you're back on, because this is what we was talking about, is preparing for the shows that y'all do, because y'all use live instrumentation.
Right.
And I know it takes a lot of preparation for that. So Natara, what's your mindset? Like, how do you go into your performances? Like, what do you view them as for yourself, yo? Like Aaron said, it's therapy for her. Like, she be having to leave shit on the stage. Like, she got shit going on all in between her shows. So
and I don't do nothing without asking the Holy Spirit first. Like, he always gotta help me out.
That's what it is, yo. So Natara, what is it? Like, how do you go into your performances?
Well, for my performances, it's of course there's a format that, you know, and then a lot of it is my imagination. I just want to make sure I am giving a great show with a message.
Right.
And I do a lot songs through storytelling format.
I love that.
And so my goal is always, you know, I love, of course, singing about love, but there has been some songs that weren't about. It's been about, you know, how a man should treat a woman, or how a woman should treat a man, or just relationships, or, you know, maybe it's time to leave. And, you know, like Aaron said, sometimes you do have to leave it on the stage. But it's a great feeling when people come up to you and after the show and say, you know, certain songs touch them, certain
Wow.
songs, and that one person, to me, that means the world. That means that I was able to reach that one person.
That's so dope, man. I think it's really dope, man, because you know, like I said, man, y'all put a lot into y'all performances, yo. Like, and it's creative to see, because you know, so many people, you know, they don't take the time out to think that far into their art to be, you know, that creative. Because with a band, you could open up your song to so many different levels. You know what I mean? And go in and out of. You know, the one thing about y'all singers, y'all got cheat codes, because y'all could go in and out of cover songs. Y'all cheaters. Y'all could go in and out of cover
Rappers
songs.
could go in and out of cover songs as well.
Yeah, but not necessarily. We can go in and out of cover beats. But, you know, ain't nobody going to go in and be rapping no other rappers' bars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to just jump on.
They'll take your whole song and redo it.
Yeah, you're right. Nowadays, they will. But, you know, if you come from a certain club, you can't have a Nas beat drop and you drop a whole verse. People gonna be like, what's wrong with you, yo? Lip singing ass. Where's mine? This ain't karaoke. So y'all got a cheat code, but it's still creative nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how that go. But for me personally, because I appreciate it too, because the music that I do, a lot of people, they don't expect that until after they like, yo, you talk, because of my concept is like, I like to talk about love. I like to talk about relationships and just different things. Even if it ain't part of what I'm going through at the moment, I like to imagine it. Like I have this thing where, you know, I let the beat tell me what I should say, so to speak.
That's good.
You know what I mean? I've been doing this for a while, to the point where I just kind of try to connect with the music. I don't necessarily go at a like looking for beats when I'm shopping for beats. I don't be like, yo, I want to write a song about this, that, and the third. I don't do that.
Ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know this is your show and stuff, but I got a question.
No, ask.
So when you hear a beat, right, for the first time and it speaks to you, do you hear like already what's on the track as if like it's playing on the track? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if it's already recorded.
Like the format and everything is already there.
Yeah, I listen to it. Yep. It's like what happens to me is like, first off, whatever goes on, like if I can get past the little intro part of the beat, then it kind of got me. Then I'm trying to listen up until whenever the hook comes in. And then depending on what that hook gives me, and then I'm like, oh, hold on. And then I rewind it. And then it's like, okay, now I'm starting to figure out wherever the flow gonna be on top of this beat to get to that hook. Then it's like, okay, hold on. And then I go back, and then now I'm trying to figure out the hook. And then once it gives me that, oh man, it's a dub, yo. Like I can't, it's like I can't. It's like one of them things that kind of like just take over me. Like once I hear it and I get it, it's a dub, yo. Like, oh man, I got it. It's that type of thing for me. Yeah, I hear the whole thing before I write it. I'm already in the video.
Me too. I work the same way. Yeah,
already in the video before I even write the record. Like I got a record for us. Like I got a record. Yo, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like it's crazy. I just found the beat like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So like, look, I'm dead ass. Like, and they'll tell you, Shania, Natara, they'll tell you, like, if I hear something, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna have a hook for you. I'm gonna have a hook for you and everything. I just need you to show up. I'm gonna make sure you're good. That's it. You don't gotta do no extra thinking and nothing, yo.
No extra thinking.
No.
This is how you gotta see it.
I come with the whole sandwich.
He said the whole sandwich.
Well, Subway me up.
Yo, listen, Natara, like you know for a fact, yo, I sent you what I do. I sent you the hook. I sent you everything. You ain't had to think about it. All you had to do is figure out if you want to. And I'm just so thankful that, you know, as a person who cannot sing, y'all allow me to write a hook and then send it to y'all, and y'all be like, okay, I got it. And because y'all can easily talk about me. Oh, y'all can talk about me bad, yo. Listen. The reference tracks I send y'all, oh man, y'all got
it's all good. We be like, huh?
Right.
We'll make it work.
But it's dope though.
Yo, listen, ain't now and I be like, yo, y'all want to get on a call? Yeah, sure. I can kind of talk y'all through this because I don't want you know what I'm saying? Like what we gotta do, but it's been good for that. So I like to get to this point right here in the show where, you know, I like to get a little bit from everybody on this particular thing, if a person was to ask y'all, you know, because I know earlier, Aaron, you said you're a soul singer when Sean asked you, and I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I just want to know, like, from your perspective, when y'all go into an introduction of yourself, I know Shania, you said a little earlier you wound up as an entertainer, but depending on where people meet y'all at and what lane they meet y'all at, if they meet y'all at a performance, they're not worried about if you act. They're trying to figure out, like, yo, I like what you did. I like the song. I like the performance or whatever. So for me, I want to know, like, how do y'all, what do y'all think about the reception? Like, do you really draw off the energy from the crowd? Like, how important is it to get that energy from the crowd, yo? Like, how important is that from y'all?
Very, very.
So, like, if the crowd ain't rocking and sliding, do you stop? Like, do you cut your set short? Like, what do y'all do?
No. Well,
no.
How do y'all go?
Okay, all right. For me, before I perform, before I get on stage, I kind of look at the crowd already. Okay. And they say music soothes the savage beasts. So I don't care who's in the building. By the end of the night, you're going to either be bopping your head or doing something. So that means it's my job to get on stage and make it happen. You've been to any of my shows, I will bring a female on stage. I will give you a show to where you're going to want to pay attention. The goal here is you got to give these people their money's worth. You know, if they came even if they came for a brief moment, you got to make sure that before they leave, they can say, Aaron or Natara, Mr. Shania, they gave a good show. It's our job to make it happen. Now, of course, we're going to have somebody that's going to be mean mugging you the entire time.
Always. I love them
so much. See, what I would do is, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was doing a show, and this young lady must have been with her mother, okay? And I was walking towards her, but she looked at me like, nigga, don't touch me. So before I even got to that point, I kind of shifted to the lady that must have been her mother next to her. And the mama loved it. And she looked at me like, so you're not coming to me? Nah, chick. You gave me that negative vibe before I got to you. So I'm gonna make it happen regardless. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like you're presenting yourself to people. Not everybody gonna like you. Remember, everybody gonna like you. But
let me say something though, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but you got to think about all that thought process going in through your mind while you're still trying to remember your song at the moment.
Listen, he's a natural. He's fine.
Think about that though, yo. Like how you gotta be really in tune to where you can see all that, think all that, process all that while still singing and performing your record.
Oh yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah. And it comes to practice because in the beginning, look at this the picture. In the beginning, you're singing your brand new song, and you got everybody staring at you, waiting for you to deliver that song. So now the pressure's on you because you have to perform the song, not just sing it, perform it. And if you're not focused, you may skip a word or two. But if you do, that's when you go into Patti LaBelle mode. And you
know what?
But if it's your song and it's brand new, they will never know.
They'll never know. I was getting ready to say that. Like if your song,
you
miss a couple of words,
wow.
But y'all singers still got a cheat code because you can warm the crowd up with a cover song first.
Like I said, you can do the same thing. It's called crowd participation. You get the crowd warmed up with, something that everybody knows.
How many hip hop shows? Yes. How many hip hop shows you go to? They be like, shout out to Biggie, and they play Biggie's song to get the crowd rocking. Come on now.
It's all love.
Show.
It's all love. I get that. I get that. Y'all
I've
right.
seen
Y'all,
it happen.
y'all right. Y'all absolutely right. But y'all know what I'm saying though. I'm talking about for you as a performer. It's still like y'all still got a little cheat code because you can kind of warm the crowd up with a cover song to kind of get them in your range so they can feel it out. But it's still dope. Me personally, because you know, but
Well,
you can kind of compare yourself.
I'm really, really big on crowd participation. So
Yeah.
one of my things is not only the crowd participation is comedy. So if I'm talking to somebody, I'm always gonna, or I make it like a conversation. Right. So in between all the sets, it's like I'm warming everybody up. Like, you know, I'm chit chatting with you. You look good today, girl. What are you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna be on that type of vibe. By the end of the night, like I want every man to want me, and I want every bitch in there to be my friend because I don't want no.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of vibe we about to be on. So by the time we're walking out of there, you know, there's no, oh, she thinks she thinks that is.
You got some numbers.
Yo, this all love. This all because that's all I'm trying to spread. And if you do the crowd participation situation and you teach people part of the song, everybody feel like they're part of the show. Nobody feels lesser than, like, you know, situations like that. And it that brings the energy to a whole nother level.
That's so dope. Yeah, crowd participation is important.
And one last thing I want to throw out there. When it comes to singers, and you mentioned the word cheat codes, I like that, by the way.
Right, look, Latara, yo, you got to turn your camera on next time because we want to know what you're smoking.
Right, I want to see it so bad.
This is sparking conversation, so you allowed, but you back there blowing it down, and we just out here like, yo, what's going on?
I'm sorry, no, Eddie was helping me with the camera, then turned to find out it doesn't support Edge, so I had to
all right. Well, I tell you what. Next time I'm gonna be on. That's Chrome, right? I do it through Google to make sure.
Okay.
Because I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all individually because each one of y'all got a story on your own, and I think it's only right. But today, I wanted to kind of talk about it in a group setting because first of all, Natara and Aaron, y'all need to kind of link. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be in Charlotte.
Yeah, y'all need to link because the way that y'all, like I said, it'll be a dope to do a show, you know what I'm saying, and really get in that vibe, you know what I'm saying, which is cool, but that's me, you know what I'm saying. I'm always thinking to, you know, past today, so you know what I'm saying. We'll chop it up about that, you know what I mean. But for the most part, I just wanted to kind of have this conversation because a lot of artists always hitting me up for a couple of things like monetization. They always want to know how to monetize their content. A lot of people always want to know, like, based on certain, you know, a lot of other little things that I don't want to really get into right now. But, you know, I always like to tell them, like, yo, before we get into anything, I got to ask you a couple questions. One of them is, like, what are you doing this for? You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing this, B? Because you're gonna have some days where it ain't gonna look too good, yo. You're gonna have some days where it's gonna seem like you've been doing this forever and it ain't there. You're gonna have some days where you're gonna have these performances where it ain't you. It's the equipment that my man came with that was booked along with you. It ain't got anything to do with you. You don't even know, fam. You just met DJ whatever when you got there.
Oh, nah, we're not going down like that.
But you know what I'm saying, though. It happened even do with sound people. Remember, like Natara, y'all know, when it comes to those bands, you got to have a sound man. Your sound man got to be
absolutely.
I agree. Yep.
You can't have nobody back there who just turning mics up and down when they feel like it. Like, what's wrong with y'all, yo? Feedback everywhere. You don't see them over here by this monitor. What are you doing? You know, so it's a lot that goes into, you know what I mean? What the whole part of being a performer.
Right.
And that'll throw you off when the person that you actually that rendering the music ain't got their shit together.
Oh no.
And the bad part about it is at the end of the day, they're not going to say, well, the sound was terrible. They're going to say, well, Mr. Chanel, he didn't sound hot. And then I'm like, well, that had nothing to do with the sound. But at the end of the day, because I came to see you, I expect all that stuff to be fine. So it's up to me to make sure, because I've been told that I can be a little asshole-ish at times. And I'm like, well, shit, I want to make sure my stuff is straight. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to talk about the show. They're going to talk about me. Mr. Chanel shit won't garbage. You know, so, yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, well, we got a few more minutes, yo. So before we get out of here and all that other stuff, I want to make sure that all of y'all get an opportunity to kind of let people know where they can find all y'all stuff at, right? But before we do that, I want to ask this one last question, and then we'll get into y'all going around kind of letting everybody know where to find y'all stuff at and all that. But do y'all think it's important to chase a major record deal?
No.
It all depends on what you want.
Depends. Yeah, I agree with it. It depends.
If you
so
want,
what does it depend for y'all? Like, in order for you to sign with a major, because the reason why I'm asking for a couple of reasons. Number one is because you pretty much, unless you need a loan, you don't really need the label.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, some people do things based on an ego thing. I'm not saying that for the sense of whatever y'all are asking y'all questions about. I'm just saying that in the sense of, because artists are still doing stupid stuff like charging people to get on records with them, which is the stupidest thing ever. I'm trying to understand, do you have the business together? Like, do you have publishing? Why are you letting somebody pay you this one little $50, $100, whatever you charging to get on a song, when you don't even understand the mechanics of your catalog? Like, that's stupid. Like, that don't even make sense to me. Like, it's like, to me, it's like, yo, you're supposed to be doing a percentage. Like, first of all, you shouldn't be getting on those songs that a person don't plan on putting out.
Facts.
What are you gonna do? Like, why? Because they paid your fee? Like, that's anyway. So yeah, I want to know, yo, do y'all think it's important? Like, yo, you said it depends, Sean, and then Natara. So Sean, what you saying it depends on? Why you would really, go for a major deal?
it depends on the artist, what the artist is looking for. Sometimes the major labels have funding, you know what I mean, to take you to a global level. So, you may want to dive into a label to get exposure on a global level, have a full-time team working for you while you're focused on your creativity. My thing about the majors and the independents, it's all about, are you willing to work? Because if you're willing to work and you're willing to do all the marketing and all the promoting, then independent is the way to go. But you have to be real, real vigilant about tracking your income, about tracking your royalties, about tracking mechanicals, about tracking your publishing. It's a task. But if you're willing to do that, I say go independent. If you want to do a little something different, then you would go to a major, but you just have to pay attention to your contract.
Okay. All right. So Natara, your point of view when you said it depends.
To me, it depends. Again, it depends on the artist. It depends on if the artist is doing collabs. They may be doing a collab with another artist that just so happened to be on a major label.
Right.
There's been those cases. As for myself, I believe independent is strong, the strongest way to go for an indie artist. But some labels do have, like he said, a bigger machine to push you globally. I overheard Music Soul Child do an interview, and he was saying the same thing when he released his label, that he didn't have the same machine that was pushing the marketing. So it took a little time. So from that perspective, and if you don't have an issue with, I have an issue. I want to own my masters. I have an issue with that. So if you don't have an issue with giving a percentage of your masters, then I would say do it. But if you want to own your masters solely, then don't do it. And just, if you're doing a collab with an artist that's on a major label, then that's different. Because I know that,
But I don't. So I have mixed feelings about major labels because, like, I believe as indie artists, you can do enough to create enough leverage where you can partner with a major, without having to give up your masters. But then there's so many people out here who It's fame. It's way too different. I think if you want to make money as an artist, it's like you do things that an artist would do without the label. But if you want to be famous, then you go to the label.
See, there's levels to the deals. There's levels to deals. You don't necessarily have to give away your masters for certain deals. You can do syncing deals. You know, you can work around with your publishing. There's just different layers to deals.
It is, and you said the key word is it's like through your publishing. So that still puts the artist at some type of point where you gotta do your own. Like you really gotta get into this thing because, if you got publishing, then your publishing is supposed to check for certain things. If you got any of these other rights, like royalty rights, that's kind of checking your joint. Like you said, mechanical royalties earlier and all these things. So at the LLC luncheon, these are some of the things that we're going to talk about because it is a way for you to automate all of this stuff. Well, all you got to do is sign on every now and then and be able to check all that other stuff. I've been doing this for a really long time, and it's time that I kind of like be able to share with a lot of people a lot of different ways that you can use your catalog to actually make you some money. Now, understand, there's a whole market for people, like you said, sync licensing, which a lot of people don't take into consideration when you're an artist, is that, I could put my song, I could submit my song over here, and it could be in a movie. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be in a television show, it could be in a TV series, because I took that opportunity to put my music somewhere and not had to worry about, if I wanted to be famous or not. Because think about it, how many times, like Joe, everybody know Joe is a singer. But for the most part, if you didn't know his voice, you didn't know that was him on that Power intro.
Right.
With 50. Mm-hmm. Like unless you really knew his voice, you didn't know that.
Right.
Right. But look how big that intro made that song just because it was the intro to a series that was big.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why when people say to me, like a lot of times, like, I'm trying to get the deal, I always try to be figuring it out. Like, what are you trying to really get? Like, you trying to get famous? Because I'm not knocking it if you are, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you want to make some money.
Yeah, and most of it is, like you said, it is. Like I said, nowadays, if anybody does want to get signed, it's pretty much to be famous, more than likely, because, like you said, we can do everything on our own. So if somebody's looking to get that deal, more than likely, I look at it as they wasn't educated on, hey, you don't necessarily have to go that route. But that's the norm nowadays. When you first come into the game, everybody want to get signed, everybody want to be signed, everybody want to be signed. But if someone actually sat you down and showed you, like, let's say when you have your luncheon, and let's say you have a new artist that's coming into the game, okay, he don't know which way he wants to go. But if someone educates these artists to let them know, hey, everything you want, you can do it on your own if you do these key pieces, I think it'll go over, as opposed to somebody be like, well, you want to get signed? Well, my name is so-and-so with, I don't know, Empire Records or whatever. And you sign this and you're going to be a star tomorrow. It's all about education and letting these artists know. Now, if you feel you're the next Drake and you want to be the next Drake, hey, I'm not knocking that either. But it's all about knowing your options before you sign anything. Because once you sign, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Facts. So, all right, y'all. So, this is what we're going to do, because I think it's important that we, everybody kind of figure out how to follow y'all, man, and get to y'all, man, because it's dope. I don't want nobody that's been watching or nobody that's going to watch the playback to not actually get an opportunity to check y'all out. And secondly, what I wanted to say too is that playlist, y'all. We need to kind of get together, y'all, and kind of put together a playlist of records like on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. I don't have an iPhone because I'm allergic to iPhones and Apple stuff.
You are funny. He said,
you know what I'm saying? And I think everybody who has an iPhone or
Android
iPhone is always looking for a charger or always looking for a way to try to figure out their life because they have an iPhone. I feel you. feel you. And your phone, that's why you couldn't turn the camera on, because you got an iPhone.
You are funny.
No, I'm saying that. See what I'm saying?
I'm
That's
doing
what's
this
wrong.
through a laptop. You are
Whatever.
hilarious.
Whatever. If you had a Samsung, you'd be on camera right now.
All day.
It's
All
a
day.
Samsung laptop.
All day.
All day.
Nah, don't try to give the laptop.
Baby.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying? Don't try to
Samsung.
blame the laptop. You got an iPhone. We know it. We know it. That's okay. It's
You are
okay.
funny.
We understand. But yo, before we go, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure that y'all let everybody know how to find y'all, man, and how to get to y'all, how to check out y'all music, first and foremost, and anything else that y'all got coming up, yo. So we'll start with the ladies. We'll start with you, Aaron, yo. How can they find you and keep up with what you got going on? What's new?
I'm on all social media platforms at Aaron Blue, ErinBlueee, and I'm streaming on all music platforms at Aaron Blue, ERIN space and the color blue.
All right, yo, and she also does radio at midnight for the
I
what
do
is
not
it
do
called?
that no more.
That's so
Get somebody
dope.
else to do it.
That's so fly. All right, Natara, what's going on? How can they find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms. Facebook, I'm on Instagram and TikTok the most. You can also find me on all streaming platforms. And you can also find me at iamnatara.com. I'm still updating the website, but it's iamnatara.com.
All right. So, Sean, what's going on, B? How can they find you and keep up with everything you got going
They can find me at, excuse me, Starman Films Global on YouTube. That's Starman Films Global channel. On Facebook, they can find me at Sean Starks. That's ShawnStarks. And on Instagram, it's Sean Ironman Starks. Sean.Ironman Starks. Also, check the new release from the Andrew Money for Law Music Group. Look out for the Andrew Money release.
Okay, bet. All right, so Chanel, what we doing, y'all?
Yo. You can find me on all social media sites at Chanel Wilson. I'm sorry, I kind of like messed that all up, so let me start over. You can find me on all streaming at all streaming sites at Chenier, and that's MR. And let me spell my name for you. It's CHENIER. And you can find me on my website, www.mrchenier, and you can spell out Mr. MISTER Chenier.com. Right now, I'm working on a new album called Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself, and that's out Valentine's Day.
Okay, all right. Ooh, allow me to reintroduce myself on Valentine's Day. So all y'all know what's going to happen on Valentine's Day, yo. So you got, you know what I'm saying, you trying to help people make babies or something like that for him? What are you doing?
Well, I tell people that with my music, you're going to fall in love, you're going to make love, and you want to step in the name of love. So
listen to this guy. Yo, listen, where's mine, yo? I know right there, you know what I'm saying? That whole little line you just threw.
Yeah,
you sound like a player, yo. You sound like, you sound like you setting it up. It sound like you go to a girl's house with a pocket full of change and send their kids to the store where they gotta still count.
Did you say change? Oh my God.
He got $30 in change in his pocket. He give it to the kids. They get to the store. They gotta count it. You know what I'm saying? They be at the store for an hour, yo.
Dang-a-lang.
Yo, they be in the store for an hour. Yo, kids don't like. That's the way it sounds right there, yo. But yo, thank y'all so much for joining, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I know we had a couple of little technical, difficulties, but it's still all love. We still made it through. And I always, as like I say always, it's a pleasure because you guys take out your time to come on and jump on and chop it up with me. It's very important because I know you all got things that's very important that's going on. So I just want to make sure that y'all know how thankful I am for y'all coming on and chopping it up and giving y'all perspective about music and business in the area from y'all, because like I said, for the most part as artists, a lot of people see y'all, but they don't really get to understand, like, you know, exactly what y'all go through on a day-to-day basis when it comes to being an artist and some of the things that y'all face. So it was really appreciative that y'all guys came out and gave y'all opinion, yo. So thank y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the platform, bro.
Yeah, always, man. You know, if I got a
you,
platform to share with my people, yo. Yeah, now, Natara, you already know. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm dead ass, yo. We gotta put this thing together, man. I'm working on some things, man. So it's gonna be fly. But don't go nowhere though, y'all. I'm gonna close out the show and then we're gonna chop it up a little bit before I let y'all go, man. All right. So again, like I said, thank y'all so much for jumping on and thank y'all for you know what I'm saying, just sharing with the people, y'all. Any last minute things y'all want to say to anybody before y'all go? Y'all let them know.
No.
Happy holidays.
Yo, she got issues. I promise y'all. Yo,
Happy
please
holidays.
go follow her. Yo, happy holidays, yo. I bet.
And
Oh,
also,
yo, you know it's sad season. Hold on for a second. I almost forgot. It's sad season. My birthday is Sunday, 12/11. Y'all already know what it is.
Oh, you a Sag?
Yeah, all day. And I got that new record Dave Chappelle dropping, man, on that day.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's
yo,
big.
listen, I want all y'all to go stream that, yo. I really appreciate it because I ain't gonna lie, yo. These records I've been dropping lately, people been on them, yo, and I'm just thankful, man, because you
Consistency, keep going.
Word, you know what I mean? So I'm thankful all the way around. So yeah, sad season in the building, man. Y'all know what it is. Fire signs all day. God save the best for last. Y'all understand?
Drags it. Capricorn.
Nah, that's not it. Y'all going to the beginning of the year. Y'all corny. we take over December and it's all love. Y'all know that. But anyway, so thankful for y'all. Again, I salute y'all, man. It's all love. And everybody that's watching, man, y'all know what to do. Keep following and keep going, man. Do not go nowhere, y'all. All right? So I'm going to be right back with y'all. Don't hang up, y'all. Please, y'all, because I got to, you know. All right. All right, so listen, yo, I really appreciate all of y'all for watching, man. It was very, very informative, and all of y'all that's gonna watch the playback, thank y'all for that, man. Double salute to all my people out there that understand the difference between the business of music and just being an artist. It's so important that you bridge the two, right? Bring them together and then create your own cake. Word up. Everybody, somebody told me though, when it come to making a cake, right? Like nobody eats the eggs by themselves, nobody eats the flour by themselves, and none of that. But they wait till all the ingredients get together and then they eat the cake. And then they always say with the icing on top. So if that goes for anything that got to do with life, apply that to your art, y'all. Don't worry about how many likes you get. Don't worry about how many people you think know you supposed to support you. Just keep supporting yourself, believe in yourself, and keep pushing, yo, to all my artists. And y'all subscribe and keep subscribing to the channel. Next week, we're going to be talking about films and the film industry. I got some dope people coming on. They've done some amazing projects, big projects, small projects as well, but it's going to be really dope. So I want all of y'all to kind of catch that joint too as well. So without further ado, I do appreciate y'all. This is Sparking Conversation. I am your boy Rob One, and I appreciate y'all, yo. Till next time, yo. Peace out. Yeah.